So in essence, when we're talking about leading through people and delivering results through people, the real focus here is about having a clear understanding about what it is you want to achieve. Not just in task terms of what's the dollars, what's the number of production outputs, what's the sales value, but what's the culture that we want to create? How do we want it to be? And we lock those two together to define a very clear strategy. Having defined that strategy, we then think through as leaders, what do I need to do? How do I need to behave? What are the things that I need to demonstrate in terms of my behaviours, in terms of the business systems and processes, in terms of what we measure and how we manage, that can give consistent, sustainable evidence that my words and my actions are absolutely aligned. Once we do that, we get to a situation where people are much more likely to follow us. And if at the same time, we can very clearly explain to people, this is your role within the organisation, this is how you make your contribution within the organisation, and this is how we will grow and develop you in making that contribution. And we deal with people in their language, at their level, in their world, then we have an opportunity to engage, which means we can step away from being a traffic cop and start to be an engaging leader. And time after time after time, organisation after organisation, country after country, continent after continent, we see the engaged employees have got good, solid leadership above them, that they've got a good, solid clarity about what it is the organisation wants to achieve, and a very clear focus on what they need to do in order to deliver it. That is how you get your results through people. Sounds very simple, sounds very logical. Why? Well, because in words it is simple and it is logical. The challenge is going from commitments to actions, and actions to behaviours, because we tend to behave as human beings in a very habitual way. We do the things that we've always done. And the old adage, if you do what you've always done, you'll get what you've always had. But it's very difficult to change behaviours. So we need to put support mechanisms around ourselves to help us to change and modify those behaviours. And those support mechanisms are people around us who can challenge us, who can push us and say, you said you do X and you haven't done X. How are you going to do that? And making time to think about your own behaviour and your own performance. And challenging yourself, are you achieving the driving position or are you dreaming? Are you achieving driving or are you simply delivering? Are you achieving driving or are in fact you in the dying phase? Have that challenge, be open to that challenge from everyone around you and have the clarity on what you want to achieve, and your people will follow.